Yeah, I mean, as we all heard, right? So not only the results were sort of expectation, but more importantly, the guidance for 2024. And as Vincent was mentioning, right, while there's a lot of uncertainty, how long will these elevated freight rate will last? But perhaps the cost will last longer than that. Having said that, the guidance what Maersk has given still was even their top end was lower than the street expectation, and that disappointment was probably reflected on the share prices.
Yeah, and talk about the share price right now. It's last done at 10,970, so just under 11,000 kroner. You've got a 13,000 target on Maersk. 12 months out, which is rough back of the cocktail napkin math. What is a little less than 20% upside? What is going to get it there?
I mean, see, so as there is a lot of focus on the ocean business, if you look at Maersk's other two businesses, which is logistics and particularly the terminal business, which put together are more than a third of their invested capital, where terminal business is generating a double-digit return on investments. Logistic business started off a low base. Maersk also guided towards perhaps improvement in margin and growth going into 2024 and potentially in 2025. And at that point, we think that investors will start to attribute values to those two businesses separately. And that's when basically the ocean business trough valuation also makes a case buy for us.
Okay, Parash, you know, it's not that nice to talk about. Maybe it's politically incorrect, but it ends up being sort of a dirty little secret as well, and that is the disruptions in the Middle East, especially the Red Sea, etc. Looks like it is good for business for Maersk and possibly for other shipping names as well. What happens, I want to know, if and when the situation cools down? And cargo and ships obviously don't have to take the long way around, down and around the Horn of Africa.
Yeah. So, Martin, as we, in my last interview, I also mentioned, right, so we are in a structural down cycle. And within this time frame, probably the Red Sea is a bump along the way. And in a shorter term, certainly we have seen the freight rates has more than double and triple, not only in Asia-Europe route, but also in Trans-Pacific. And which means that in a shorter term, you will see an elevation in freight rate resulted into narrowing losses or in certain cases making profit. But as soon as this crisis is over, the reality will hit and you probably will see the freight rate will come down quite rapidly.
Oh dear.